Uh, oh, 1 second. I forgot to enable a view of the figgy from, or the model on the just chatting screen. There. Let me just copy this over. But yeah, welcome in. Hope everybody's having a lovely day. There we go. And yeah, hello Beanie. Always happy to see you. Hope everybody's having a lovely evening or a lovely day, depending on where you are. And yeah, I'm actually gonna be continuing on with some cozy, comfy Minecraft. So yeah, and there's also the new redeems. So it's like I'm not a bot. I'm just a lurker. So this is gonna help people who might just be lurking. Might help count the view. Anything helps. And then I've added the belly rub and head pat emote. Mm. Not emote. Correction. The redeem. Oh, I forgot to copy those over onto here too. Oh, that doesn't work on the just chatting screen. So there. I will have to go in and make sure that that also applies to the just chatting screen too. So why is that? Oh, is that big? Is it because I grouped them together? Probably. 1 second, because it's like that should be working. There we go. Yeah, it was because I had the two things grouped. There we go. Now it's working. All right. So now that that's properly working. Also, hi Ramona. Hi honey. Also, hi Faust. All right. Now I can actually like hop on into Minecraft. Okay. What is it I could add to the house, or even to the area around the house? Oh yeah, there's also one other thing I have done. I have swapped from using Foggy Tech for the PNG, for the PNG tuber model, and I'm using VitoTube. I think that's how you say it. So this will like actually render the PNG in high quality, like as it was sent to me, and everything's gonna be perfectly in scale. So yeah, that is something I'm actually really happy to have. And without, and since it's got free Stream Deck plugin compatibility, I can I can literally just control this from my phone. So when somebody gets one of the get fatter, get juicier redeems, I can just tap the app on my phone and it'll swap. So that's always nice to have. Honestly, I think the only downside is that I do have to scale the base model down just a little bit, but, well, I doubt many of you are going to be complaining about a fuller view of the model on some of the smaller timid sizes. I My god, there's a lot of creepers around the house. I'm just gonna pause that music, because, I don't really need it with the Minecraft. Let me see. So there's a couple projects I can probably do, which include... Oh, it's down in the cave. Okay. I could probably continue on trying to make, like, a mining cave down this way. Or I could see about making, like, an actual proper farm. Like, a crop farm. Of which, I think I am probably going to use the crop farm. Or make it, yeah. What I might also do is probably make, like, a proper bridge at some point over to here, so it's like I don't have to just constantly run across the ice. Well, that's gonna get rid of that. Okay. Now, a good question is, where would I want to build that crop farm? Maybe over here? Or do I want this to be... I might want this area over here to be something else. Maybe, like, animal pens? For, like, sheep, pigs, cows? Maybe. Or maybe I could just have, like, this whole area be where the crop farm would be. And then... Because it's a relatively flatter area. So I could just have, like, a couple different levels for the crops, and then move the, tree farming from here just a little out that way. Which, actually, that is something I might do. So, what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to start clearing out the trees I have growing here for wood farming. And then start seeing about what I can do for preps on the crop farm. So that way then I'm not, like, completely relying on a tiny little crop farm just out front of my house. Gonna be quiet, but I am here. Hey, lovely to see you, Maddie. Lovely to see you, babe. Yeah, and now you're actually able to see how VitoTube, which is the software that I found, is looking on the stream, and personally I say it's like very high quality with the PNGs. If anything, part of me does wish I had figured this out, like, before the debut stream, so that way that I could easily see, so I could have this at, like, this quality from the start. But, oh well. Better late than never. I mean, it's only like a couple days after. Am I gonna need to get another axe? Or do I still have another axe in my inventory? Because it has been a bit since I've... Okay, I do have another axe in my inventory. It's been a hot minute since I've been on this world. Okay. So how do I want to have this all laid out? I know for a fact I am going to need at least some form of covering. No, not like a covering, technically, for the water. Most likely to just make sure the water doesn't freeze. I can probably, I know, actually no, not probably. I know I can get away with just water logging. What was it? Like a slab or a trapdoor. I'll probably use a slab just to make that a little easier. And because I do know I am going to need a fair bit of shovels, I'm going to get that ready. What I'm also going to do is remove this tree. And yeah. Because if I'm going to be having the bridge over this way, then it's probably going to make sense just have like an easier clearing to get to it. Okay, so this should be the basic positioning for where the bridge is going to be. I should also start making sure that I do have the layout for the farm getting ready. I'm gonna make more slabs than I probably realistically need. That way then, if I end up making it fairly big, then, well, hey, there's no harm in that. What I also want to do is I just want to test to see... Yeah. Yeah, I say that's a good ramp locate. Good ramp point. I'm going to use that to mark out this location. Alright, so yeah, this should be how I want, like, the wraparound to be. So this will be the base corner for the actual farmland. And then the farmland itself will go this way. One, two, three, four. One, two, three, four. Oh, there goes one shovel. Good thing I made extras. Well, one thing's for certain, I'm gonna have a lot of dirt after all this is over. And then I'm gonna be building this also with room to expand out and add additions to the farm too. Because I do want to try to have... I usually do make, like, these little squares for the crops. There's, like, usually, like, one, maybe two squares for each crop type. Now, a good question. Do I have any... Do I have any iron that I can use for a bucket? Yes, I do. So I'll just quickly put that into the blast furnace. All right. Right. Do I still have any? Right. So I am gonna have to make a hoe for actually like turning that dirt into farmland. Fair enough. Never mind. I'm stupid. I missed it in my own inventory. It was right here. Now, I can just grab the water from there because of the torches that are just melting the ice in such a way that I that it basically is just like an infinite water source. And there. Let's put that there like that. So the reason I do it this way with like this sort of giant square is because this is the maximum, this is the rough maximum size that you can have one water block to water, to have like, to hydrate like one, or no, one, let me rephrase that. This is the maximum total area one water source can hydrate farmland with. So like this is all of the soil that a single water source block can hydrate. So it ends up becoming a rather highly efficient sort of design. So all I really need now is just a lot of potatoes and wheat seeds. I will keep the carrots growing here for the time being until I can make another one. Do I have any more potatoes here? I do. Wheat seeds, a lot of them. I'm pretty sure I did see it starting to become night in game, so time to sleep. And there is like multiple reasons why I'm just having this half slab here. Waterlogging this will, it fills the spot with a block, so the water's not going to freeze despite this being in a cold biome. And it also serves the purpose where I can walk over this without falling into the water. So it currently serves like multiple uses here. And what I can do now with all these potatoes, plant these down here. And like that, I have the start of a farm. What I am also probably going to do is I'm going to make sure that there's at least 3 blocks in between each here for a pathway where I can put beehives onto. So that way I can start putting flowers around the edges, and I can start bringing bees here, and they'll start, and, well, when I can bring the bees here, they'll pollinate all of the crops, and the crops will grow faster with all the bees pollinating them. So yeah. What I'm probably also eventually going to do is probably try to provide some level of additional covering over top of everything here. So that way then the pathways aren't just getting clogged with snow all the time, since this is still a snow biome. I might as well start building out the last of these supports here. That way then, that's at least started. I actually am gonna keep the music going. Because it's like, now it's like Minecraft itself was quiet, so I was gonna have some of that quieter music going in the background and turn that down a little bit. Alright, and that should be good. I actually might as well start making the area where I can build the next one too, the next segment of the farm. And I can even prep a little bit by going back and grabbing some more water. Oh, hey Trixie! I have started building on a basic little crop farm. Okay, so that's the second area done. I might as well just prep with the wheat there. Alright. So this one, I think I'm going to leave for the carrots. So this one, yeah. I'll just leave this one for the carrots when I actually have enough to put them in there. We'll place that one down like that. There we go, it's cleaned up a little. Pretty sure I'm gonna need more than just like 6 spruce logs for that. I may as well just cut these 3 down. I usually just try to replant the trees where they were. And then I'll cut this one down for good measure too. Okay, so that finishes that portion. Now what I also want to check is to see which looks better. Hmm. Honestly, I think I want to go with the oak just because of the additional levels of contrast. Because you have like the dark spruce there, and then you can have like extra contrast with the oak wood. Let me just drop all of that off. Actually, I might keep you. You know, I might as well also cut this one down just because it's like the relative size is going to make this a little awkward to work around. Oh, started placing those at the wrong spot. Oh well. Hey, pizza boy, welcome in. Hey, y'all. How you doing? Hope you're doing well. Just got back from playing Yakuza 7. Ooh. How was it? I know the Yakuza series is actually, like, pretty good. I just haven't gotten around to playing it. Despite the fact that I was gifted pretty much the entire series, like, ages ago. Ooh, third playthrough. Oh yeah, that's when you know the game is good. It's like when you get yourself like multiple playthroughs, like casually and all that. Okay, so I also want to make sure that I have enough spots to add in extra points. Oh, you're gender fluid. Oh. You know, in the last year, I have been meeting a lot of other gender fluid people. Like, I think I'm friends with like two gender fluid people at the moment. I might be forgetting a couple. Trixie is my female half. She's not into fat stuff. You know what? Completely fair. Everybody has like different interests. So, you know, what one person likes, another might not like. Or I guess in this case, what one half likes, the other half might not. It's likes and dislikes are all entirely subjective. So, oh right, I was using the. I got so lost in this train of thought and talk that I forgot that I was using the dirt as markers. One, two, three, four, five, six. You know what? I might modify this just a little bit. So let me see. Or does this go back a little bit? Ah, you know what? That looks good. And then I can have this sort of like a middle segment. Okay, now I can look at my chat. Anyway, so what my recent addiction is Uncharted 4 Permadeath. Oh! Oh yeah, you did mention that the other day too. Um, is this like a game mode where, if you die once, the playthrough is over? Provided I'm like, understanding it all correctly. Ah, yep. Oh my god, I had like just enough spruce logs to add like the little markers here like this. Well, the furthest right now is the end of chapter 5. Ah. I actually haven't played Uncharted, so how many chapters are there in Uncharted? Maybe I think that should be enough. Oh, actually, no, that is more than enough. In 422 or 23. Ah. Yeah, it is actually quite a few. Oh. And then I'll just quickly add some temp lighting around some of the corners here. I'll just drop one there. Right, so that should make getting to the farm much easier now. And, you know, I should double check that on the Stream Manager side of things. Yeah, I've just been listening to Distractable. Oh yes, the Markiplier podcast. I actually forget he has that to help cope with losses and not go insane. Honestly, understandable. Very understandable. Yeah, because I know one of my partners, she recently had to go through having to have her cat get put down. So, yeah. Yeah. It's one of those things where it's like, it's really unfortunate because it's like, she was a very lovely cat. Even if I wasn't able to see her in person, because it's like, she lives in the UK and I'm over here in Canada, so it's just like, I can really only hear about her cat, but regardless, she loved that cat, and it has hit her pretty hard. So yeah, honestly, if it helps you with coping with loss and all that, to have like that podcast going, more power to you. You know, we all cope in our own ways. Oh, I am. Uh, uh, can you tell I'm a little stupid? I am. I am sometimes not the smartest. I remember Uncharted 4 permit death. Yeah. Uh, I think my brain just kind of like put that together with that, and it's just like, yeah. Honestly, no, you're fine. You're fine. Uh, I honestly really should have just, like, put the losses part together as, like, losses from the game. Because sometimes, for whatever reason, my brain just does not see full words, and I don't know why that is. And it's not the first time in the last couple of days that that's happened. It's like my brain has read something, and then my understanding has popped out as something different. Okay, I should actually go and put up the wood farm again, so that way then I at least have a way of getting wood. Oh, RE4 remake. I'm actually just like double checking something. Ah, so like pretty much like the remakes, and then I guess anything from like 7 onwards. Yeah, I'm like relatively new for Resident Evil, so it's like I'm not the most knowledgeable on where like the modern era starts, but I think it starts at 7. Yeah, at least the more modern ones. Yeah. And I'm guessing you're not mentioning 3 remake. Is that either because of like you forget, or is that like an intentional forget? Because I know a lot of people don't like 3 remake. Yeah, I had a feeling. Let me just full screen this. There we go. You know what? Understandable. Honestly, I do need to do 8 at some point, because I think I've gone through a fair bit of 2 remake on the Leon route. I just never finished it. And then I've actually beaten 4 remakes several times. I beat 7 once, and then I need to do the others. And I still haven't bought 9. Or slash Requiem. Oh, well, this is actually going to be the easiest one to set up here for farming. So this is 3, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's already a water block here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Ah, yeah. Yeah, like some of the games can be like pretty hard if you're trying to do for like a one life or permadeath run, yeah. There, hopefully that's gonna get more of that ice melting. Then we'll just clear the rest of this out here. Fuck, I'm gonna need a capture card. Oh, that is a mood. I don't have a capture card yet, so I can't stream any Switch games yet, and I want to be able to do that. Oh right, it has been like well over like 30 minutes, so... Well, actually it was almost an hour, so I'll just reset that to there. Alright, I guess I forgot I already skipped the night. Ah, yeah. Well, there's one extra stage for the berry side of things. There, that'll speed up that ice melting a little bit extra faster. Oh, I couldn't skip the night because it hadn't hit night yet. That would be why. Right. Also, the reason I'm doing the crops here in rows like this is for people that don't know this. Crops in Minecraft grow faster when they're in rows. In alternating rows, yeah. Okay. So I think it's actually going to be melting a little quicker without the snow. Yes, it is. There we go. Right, so this isn't actually fully where I am going to be putting that. I miscounted. He just been distracted by Neville. Honestly, no, you're okay. You're absolutely okay. Like, honestly, more than fine. Okay, is that... Yeah, that's the proper layout I need. Oh, I'm gonna have to replace this stone piece, but not with a shovel. Hey, you know what? No worries. I'm sure there'll be plenty of other opportunities in the future to meet Trixie. Alright, yeah. So this is good. Then I can just have this be... Then I guess where I just have like a little wall going up this... on this end. And then... second layer for the crops are up here. Perfect. I should actually see how the carrots are coming along. Somewhat well. Yeah, so... Okay, so with the planning stage on this, I will have a second layer for the crops a little higher up here, like a couple blocks up. And then I'll just copy-paste this layout up here. Essentially just create through like a parallel line here, like a mirror line running along here, and then just mirror this up here. Breaking Bad fan, though I haven't been watching season 4 much. I think I kind of ended up watching most of Breaking Bad with a friend. a year or two ago. A friend that I've kind of since moved on from. Oh, I forgot to replace the slabs there. There we go. Um, I think a little bit of just like toxic because I kind of just wasn't, I guess, getting the kind of friendship I needed. Like, honestly, every time I sort of bring up, sort of like how this individual would act with me, I've had more than a couple people say it's like, no, that sounds a little toxic. So I think realistically the thing is just like some of the actions they had were toxic, but I don't know if they like actually meant what they were doing. It was more so just like they just kind of weren't respecting my time, is I guess the best way to put it. Ah, yeah. But honestly, even then, it's like it can be fairly liberating once once you are out of those relationships, because it's like I did sort of stop coming around to their VCs a lot like last year, and a lot of the times when I did see them there in the VC, where it was like, oh, I should probably go and hang out with them, a part of me just kind of kept going like, no, no, I actually don't want to, because it's just like I'm gonna have people there that are more so just like expecting me to interact with them, and if I try to interact there and make conversation based on my interests, uh, I'm kind of just gonna get ignored, which was pretty much how that all went down, usually. Honestly, if they bully you for being quote unquote weird, and then they ban you because you said that you don't like it and because you snap back at them, they're the weirdos. Let me just. So if I have this here. I feel guilty for having a fat fetish for a year or two because of that server. Yeah. Honestly, with that other friend I had, there was one other person in the group that I was honestly pretty close with. And because of some of the comments that you would, this person, who was usually like a very nice person, like a very nice individual, um, they would usually make like quite a few like fat phobic comments, and it's like hearing stuff like that would usually make me very averse to wanting to share my fat kink around there. Oh, there's another redeem for Barry. And there, y'all can actually see the very slight rocking that I added there. I might actually make the rocking like a little bit more prominent. But otherwise, yeah. Yeah, I did my best to give a good belly rub position. But thank you for the belly rubs. And the head pets too. It's hard to like get the positions right when it's like you have like multiple different forms and they usually all have the head and belly at like a different position, but well, you do what you can with what you have. But yeah, with that other group of friends, it's like I was fairly adverse to it. Also adverse to sharing inflation kink stuff because there was like one point with this. Okay, I'll answer first. Currently, yes. In the future, I might actually add like a slightly bigger berry size, but yes, this is the current maximum size. Oh. Yep. And then this is like where I start. But yeah, it's like I was kind of like a little averse to sharing even just like the inflation stuff size with that other group of friends because I'll finish this quickly because yeah. I was averse to sharing it because there was one point where that friend, not the one that was saying the fat phobic stuff, but the other one was they had seen like a Blueberry Rogue piece from Sugar Roll pop up on their timeline right when I was in VC, and I just heard a very audible, "What the fuck is this? I don't want this shit on my timeline." And that was enough to just make me go like, do I even want to be here? So, and yeah, that ends about that. So when do we get a roll you around as a berry redeem? Honestly, whenever I can figure that out. Because if I can figure that out with Viato Tube or whatever, then I can definitely set that up. Actually, I might not even need to do it with Viato Tube, depending on what sort of commands I can run with Mix It Up. But yeah, I can look into it. I can look into it. My friend is cool with my fat fetish stuff, but I haven't told him I'm gender fluid yet. Ah. Let me just drop some of this off here. Fuck Neocranium. Cranium's server. Was it Neocraniums or Neocranums? Either way. Also, I keep the different groups I am a part of separate. The only time I technically revealed my berry interest was during a voice actress's stream when a person, here's a regular person of hers, brought up the topic of Violet Beauregard, and she explained that the chatter, was interested in blueberries. Ah. TLDR, I keep everything separate, except one-time reveal. Honestly, understandable, especially given how some people tend to react. With that being said, Neocranium permadeath runs are inspirational to me. Yeah, inspiration comes from rather interesting sources. But I'm guessing it's just like their server isn't good, but the individual behind it is? Or is that like something that is just like hard to talk about? Because it's like I don't want to. I guess I don't want to overspeak on something. Or overstep on something. Okay. Honestly, yeah. I'm not gonna have any issues with that, because it's just like, oh, bad person? I have better things to do with my life. Like, there was a point in my life where I actually did focus a lot on things that upset me, and I have since moved on. It has probably been the single most liberating mindset shift, or shift of mindset that I've ever had in my entire life. Just focusing on the things that I can control and enjoy, and then just setting aside anything that I can't really control too much. I recommend watching him if you want to see some good permadeath completions. Honestly, yeah, I'll definitely keep that in mind. Also, because I didn't say it, I forgot to say this. Hi, Erwin. Welcome in. Hope you're actually doing well. Oh, getting fatter. Get fattened. Thank you for the belly rubs. They're very much appreciated. Just tired. Honestly, probably need to do something other than sit on the computer tomorrow since I'm feeling a lot of stress from work. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, yeah. Sometimes I feel that. Like, not even just like the stress from work, but like stress in general. And honestly, sometimes even just like getting up and going to just like a different location, be it just either a different location in the house or somewhere nearby in your neighborhood, like out on a walk or something, can be enough to just like separate your mind from whatever's stressing you out. If they don't love you for who you are, they are not your friend. Exactly. Exactly. I mean, I have been sick for 2 Fridays in a row. I have to get my tires replaced this Friday afternoon. Yeah, yeah, that will actually cause a fair bit of stress. Alright, so I can actually just completely get rid of... I think I can just get rid of all of this. There we go. So that way then now the crop farming is moved entirely over to here. There we go. Alright. I got sick twice last month. One for COVID. Weeks later, I got allergy. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that'll do it. I suppose I'm lucky because it's like I've had 2 people in my family get COVID. One even got it like twice over the pandemic, and I never once got it. I am very lucky in that regard. March fucking sucked. Yeah. Yeah. I have been sick 3 times this year, twice with strep, and once because my body shut down due to the amount of stress when I got to work. Yeah. Yeah, that stress sickness can really just sneak up on you like that. Honestly, anything is possible. It's one of those things where it's just like, you never really know until it's like, you find a way to manage around it, I suppose. Or like, I guess not manage around it, but more so just like notice a pattern. Because it's like, stress can and will just affect us and our bodies like pretty massively, especially towards our gut. Which I am, unfortunately, very intimately acquainted with because I have IBS. And when I have the IBS acting up, and when I get stressed at the same time, it usually just makes things worse. Or at the very least, it feels worse. So it's like, it is entirely possible that it's like, some of that sickness could absolutely be because it's like, you're stressed out, or because you're just stressing because of pressure. Any kind of pressure that's been put on you. So yeah, like, do take care to make sure that you are doing good self-care for yourself, because even like a little bit of self-care and making sure that you have time to de-stress can go a long way. Or even just finding a method that really helps with managing stress, it can go, like, a little can go a long way. I think I'm gonna take another break from my project next month and spend it more on me. Yeah. Yeah, like, yeah. If taking a little me time helps you out, then absolutely do it. Let me see. I should make a fence for the bridge. I'm just gonna do like a small little bit here so I can see between which two I like best, between the oak and the spruce. Yeah, I'm honestly feeling the spruce a lot more. I spent all of March waiting and spending all of my allowance on RE9, and it was the shittest month. Not March, last month. Yeah, last month was February. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, some months can just be, like, shitty like that. Sorry you had a shitty, February. Or rather, I guess sorry to hear that. Alright, so I think for the bridge, I only really need like a couple extra pieces of fencing. Does this look better like that? Blobbass. Yep, there you go. This is the largest size for fat. I'm probably gonna have like another shitty month to be fair, but to be fair, I didn't know I was gonna be part woman until later. Honestly, yeah. Yeah. Sometimes you don't know things until you figure it out. Also, thanks Ramona for the belly rub. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome. Pretty much, your bowels get irritated, and then they start throwing hands with you. And how they throw hands is unique to every individual who has it. Your barrels get irritated. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, I suppose it's like, in a way, you could say, like, the bowels are barrels. Oh, wait, that's the wrong piece of wood. Honestly, I'm not sure if I'm in the Resident Evil mood anymore, so I'm probably not going to show my friend RE4 tomorrow. Honestly, yeah. Sometimes, yeah. Sometimes I'm not in the mood for something, because it's like, the mood can just, like, shift quickly between whether I want to play a certain game or not. I should make a Minecraft map inspired by Until Dawn. Ooh, honestly, yeah, go for it. I will when I have the time. Hell yeah. Alright, so I think that should about finish some of those minor details. Honestly, I'm I'm pretty much like in a similar boat. Like, it is kind of like hard for me to find work. So it's like because of like my autism and all that. So it is like I am on benefits, and well, this is about the only employment I have at the moment. Hold on, did I get an email? Yeah, I did. That's an email notification. Oh my god, you too? Yeah. Yeah. Because it's, yeah, for me, what it is, it's usually just like, I do require familiarity in order to make things an easy transition for me. So it's like, I usually need, I do need, like, at least a friend to be there with me. So that way then it's like, I'm not completely overwhelmed. And I think the earliest time that this really crept up with me was when I had transferred over into a high school from my junior high to high school transition, and I just didn't really have any friends. On top of that, with a school that was essentially sort of mimicking a college-like atmosphere where it's like, oh yeah, you can choose what you want to do when you want to do it, and I got completely overwhelmed, particularly because I just didn't have any grounding point. And it was just like, I was freaking the hell out. And it doesn't help right now because, pretty much a lot of my high school friends have either moved on, not really kept in contact, or, well, with moving on, they've kind of moved out of city. Also doesn't help that, my autism makes it so that, it is very hard for me to drive. It is incredibly overwhelming. So that already limits a lot of my options. So it's like multiple factors with that just like overwhelming me. And that's before I start factoring in the fact that it's like unfamiliar people, kind of tying back to the familiarity, does not play well with my brain. I can get easily overwhelmed by talking with unfamiliar people. So, front desk jobs, not really a go for me, unfortunately. And then there's probably the fact that it's like some of the employers will probably be predisposed towards not wanting to hire people who are autistic, especially if they mention beforehand they are. Even if like it is Canada, it's like I know that there are probably still going to be like some jobs that probably will be like that. Yeah. Yeah, and it's like unfortunately with like a lot of North American societies here, it's like if you don't have a car, you're kind of like fucked in what you can do. But yeah, honestly, I do kind of like feel a little bit of that not stable enough for a job mentally. I feel that a little bit because that's kind of where my needing familiarity kind of steps in. Because it's like, I know I'd probably be freaking the hell out if I didn't know anybody there that I was like wholly comfortable with. Like, I would be freaking the hell out. And being like stressed to hell and back. So I am like currently on what was it, benefits. Benefits that my provincial government here in Canada wants to claw back. But I also don't want to go too much into like heavy topics like that because of yeah. It's like I do have it as a rule and I really should even abide by my own rules. Also there. I say provincial government because I live up here in Canada, Alberta, I guess. Yeah, because like I think I have mentioned. I don't know if I mentioned it on Twitter or not, but it's like I live in Alberta. I wonder what should I make for the. How should I build the pathway here? Should I do it with pathway blocks or with wood? Ah, yeah. Honestly, it's like it's hard to say I will or will not, but I'm pretty sure I do have it to where it's like I do want to keep the heavy stuff very minimal. But chat stuff. You know, I'm gonna double check my own rules. Ah, okay, so I don't actually have it there in the rules. Okay, fair enough. I actually don't. Alright, I think I might have like I might be confusing a similar role that I have on my Discord server for that. I think that's where I'm getting it from, which was oh oh yeah. Um, not particularly, no. Because it's like I'm not too familiar with your circumstances on how that happened, so because for all I know, it's like you could have had that happen because you were doing something, like a drug or something. Because one of my friends, one of my friends was like, I think he was uh, a drug addict at one point, but yeah, it's like yeah. Honestly, it's I will say open up about it when you feel comfortable about it, because it's like I can't really be the judge of it because it's like I wasn't there in your circumstances with that. I want to be open and I'm tired of keeping the fact a secret. Ah, yeah. Honestly, what I say is just do what's best for you personally. Whether that's keeping it a secret or being open about it, do what you feel is best for you. Ah, if that is like what I think it is, then it's like no, you're definitely not banned. You're not. I'm going to assume that because of like the piss test, it was involving a controlled substance of some kind. Am I correct? Like I don't want to pry too much because it's like you open up when you feel like you're ready. Because it's like as I've said, it's like I have a friend who like they were oh okay. My mind went in a completely different direction there. Hi RJ. Honestly, I think with there, I think that is probably where I want to leave that conversation. But how are you, RJ? Hope you're doing okay. I've been here for eons. Uh, you know what? I think. Oh yeah, if I want to start building up the other. Oh my god, the acceleration just straight up into the sky for mouse. If I want to start building up like the extra stairs up to the next level for the farm, then I'm gonna need more shovels. As the penguins of Madagascar would say, and we've broken our last shovel. Because I actually rewatched that movie the other night. Still a great movie. Still a great movie. Hi, Marie. Welcome in. Let me see. So I want this. Yeah. Yeah. Hope you're doing well, though, girl. I've been breaking in my new laptop today. Ooh. You got a new laptop? That is actually Weird Al. Yes. In part because, well, Transformers, like the 86 movie, kind of sold me on this one particular Weird Al song way too well, which was Dare to Be Stupid. Have I played any of the Yakuza game? I actually have not. I think I did start, what was it, Yakuza 0 ages ago. I got a little into the tutorial, and then that was it. Thanks for the belly rubs, RJ. Also, yep, I am hydrating. Uh, right, I don't know if you actually heard this earlier, RJ, but I actually am using, like, a different program for the VTuber, the PNG tuber. One that actually allows me to have, like, the high quality of the PNGs and all of that. Oh yeah, Yeah, nothing fancy, just 16 gigs of DDR3, but it's enough to stream some lightweight titles with no lag spikes. Yeah. Wait, hold on. What do you mean by then don't? Is this like don't continue like Yakuza 0 from there? Like start from a different point in the Yakuza series, or oh yeah, that Ghost song is the song that's the one that they had for oh I forget which of the Halloween reboots they had this for recently. I forget which of the recent Halloween reboot movies they had this one in. I'm just saying you'll be in for a long one. DDR3 on integrated graphics with quad-core i7 processing works surprisingly well for the light stuff, especially on a system I got for $260 from like $1,500 from its release in 2019. Yeah. Yeah, I remember it was like back in 2016, I think 2016, 2017 was when I got my first full desktop PC around there. I think this was like just before the GTX 10 series came out. So it was just like I went from a nine, so I was like using a 960, and then for whatever reason, somewhere in that, I decided to bump it up to a 970, a GTX 970. Well, I'm off to bed. Good night, Vampiric Berry. Good night, Erwin. Hope you have yourself a lovely evening, and hope you enjoyed the stream. But yeah, with that like 900 series like GTX graphics cards, that was when I was a little bit more of oh yeah, I gotta upgrade frequently for the graphics card because I want to keep going for all this cool stuff. And then I pretty much like stopped upgrading after like the 20 series with the 2070 Super. Skipped a gen, and then I have a 40 series graphics card, of which I have obviously skipped the 50 series. And depending on how the 60 series pans out, I actually might even skip that. Like, there's a couple ways to play Yakuza. The first is 0 to 8, skip Kiwami 3. Second, the PlayStation titles to the modern games, ignore Kiwami 3. And third, play whatever the hell you want, ignore Kiwami 3. Oh, right, Kiwami is 3 is the latest one, isn't it? Like the one that released like within the last month or two, that everybody's just like, no, this sucks as a remake. Is that the one? If people want to play Kiwami 3, then that's on them personally. What you like is objective after all. Yes. Yes, this is true. Also, thank you for the belly rubs and the hydrate. Yeah, pretty much. Like, yeah, let people try things out. This is why it's like, even though I know I personally do not enjoy a lot of the sequels trilogy for Star Wars personally, even though it's like some of it can actually be like pretty dang fun, I will always say watch it first and make your own opinion instead of just listening to people say, "Oh yeah, sequel trilogy sucks. Don't watch it." It's like watch it and make up your own mind, pretty much. Of which I probably should rewatch some parts of the sequel trilogy for Star Wars, just so I can see where and how my own opinions have shifted over the years towards it. Hmm. What should I do? Should I do pathway blocks here or maybe gravel? Gravel might be interesting. Do I even have any gravel? No, I do not. I do not have any gravel for it anyway. Assuming you haven't bought all the games yet. Um, I actually I actually do technically have all of the games because somebody gifted pretty much all of them to me ages ago. Let me let me see exactly which ones I do have. I think it doesn't include the last 3 games, including Kiwami, like from Kiwami and the previous 2 games before Kiwami 3. Yeah, so specifically, I don't think it includes Kiwami 3 and the 2 games before that, like Infinite Wealth and the pirate one. Let me double check that real quick. Because I can just like quickly go through my Steam library. Let's see. So there's Yakuza 0, 3 remastered, 4. Alright, so it's 3, 4, and 5 remastered, 6. Yakuza Kiwami, Kiwami 2. Like a Dragon. Oh, why are there 2 Kiwami? Oh, Yakuza Kiwami 2 Legacy. Okay. Yeah. yeah, I should actually make a little pathway down over to the little mine I was making over here. I'm just like cutting down like some of these trees to make sure that it's like a slightly clearer, cleaner path towards here. Clean that up just a little bit, and there. Uh, possibly. It is probably like one of those games where it's like, I probably will need to play through most of like the rest of the series first before I get there, so if I do, that is sort of like the plan on how I'm gonna do it. This actually does feel weirdly appropriate to have like these pathway blocks on. Do I have a... Yeah, I do have an extra shovel in there. There we go. It's not official yet, but I may or may not 100% depends on the mahjong. Ah. 100% Yakuza 7. Ah. Is that? Oh, yeah, that is deep slide down there. Ooh. That goes deep real quick. Well, actually, since I do want gravel, I actually may as well just dig some of this out right now. Ah, thank you for the head pets and belly rub. Now, this is actually kind of where I do wish I did keep one of those torches. Of which I probably am going to grab one of them down here and then bring that back up with me. Oh. But not before. Grab this. Apparently I missed some iron down here first. Gonna see if I can make that Until Dawn map later. Sorry about earlier. Oh, thank you for the head pet, Trixie. Oh, okay. How did that not jot down the other ones? Jeez. There we go. There we go. Wait, there's actually a lot more gravel there, too. I think I'm going to keep that for the time being. Let me just add like a quick little path with gravel here so I can see how does this look with gravel. Yeah, actually, yeah, I do kind of like that. That actually kind of works. That actually works. Quickly smelt that iron. Make another shovel. The Trixie is EP, but not one Eep. Alright, there we go. There's that path done. So now there's a nice and quick little path over here to the crop farm. Ah! He's got his like grass block. He just keeps teleporting on the ice. I don't want to look at him. At least not in the eyes. Yeah. Yeah, that's actually kind of working. Honestly, Trixie, if you need sleep, if you need to eep, I say go eep. Eep important. Sleep is very important. Let me see. I know I do want to put up fence around here as well. Once I have the full crop farm set up, I do want to build a fence around it, so that way then I'm not going to have the worry of hostile or even just like neutral or passive mobs just coming in and just trampling everything. You know, I actually might as well just fill that hole in, because it's like, I already have like more than enough dirt as it is. I can fill it in. Right, I think that should be good. Yeah. Oh, you know, I don't think I've ever actually explored that cave over there. If that is the cave. It is indeed a cave. Probably best for me to explore that later when I am able to grab enough torches. So that way then I can light my path. Go. Alright, so I'm just gathering wood so I can smelt some of this down into charcoal and then make more torches. I'll probably try to keep some of the spruce for, what was it? Slabs, so I can continue on with the, wooden walkway down into the cave that's, like, directly behind where I built my house. Because I do want to continue that walkway down, because it feels like it just works for that. And it's something I haven't done before. So, makes for an interesting little, an interesting small build. Grab all the saplings. Oh yeah, I do want to also use the spruce logs for that wall too. So I don't want to be smelting the spruce logs at all. Just the oak ones. Alright, so I'll just let that smelt into charcoal. Also, because I do notice that it's been basically 40 minutes since the last redeem, I'll just swap that back to there. I'm actually wondering if I want to align some of the edges here of this wall with barrels. Oh, fat time. Well, fatter. Oh, didn't realize that one actually overhanged. Probably gonna leave that like that. So this should be here. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. Two, 3, 4. Probably just gonna fill that in like that. Well, I did start the area to carve out where the second layer of the farming is going to be done, so I at least have that started. And I accidentally... Yep. I guess that happens when you're a little careless. Oh, yes. Perfect. It's all done. So that's a full stack there. Oh, yeah. Back up OBS there. Here. There you go. So thank you for the hydrate and head pat and the belly rub. Right, where did I see the copper? It was down here. Right here. I think like all that remaining for the pick to get like a stack and a half of copper, I think that's a worthy trade. Like durability wise, like I can make so many copper pickaxes with that. And like so many copper tools and items. Okay, so this goes into there. Oh, right, I actually do need, I need to put more of that in there. I can't smelt the ore without the charcoal. Ah! I'll just do that because I have a feeling like I am going to need more sticks here soon. Grab a little bit more oak so I can get some more charcoal going. Hey, Plumchew! Get fatter, get fatter, get fatter. I have gotten fatter. Yeah, welcome in. Hope you're doing well, Plumchew. Also, there are 2 other redeems that you might be interested in. Or even just like, at least just one. I know one you'll be interested in. That being the belly rub. Because, yeah, I added in head pat and belly rub redeems. Yeah! Thank you for the belly rubs. Surprisingly, easy to set up with Mix It Up. Literally, all it is just like a command that does a layer toggle. Yeah, it's so cute. Let's see. I'll do another axe too, because my current one is almost done. I've also got the PNG tuber in a new program, so pretty much all the PNGs are in scale with each other now. They're also in higher quality, combined with like additional fun little animations I can add to them. Like one where it's just like I can sort of mimic a rocking animation for the berry ones. I think I know actually kind of like how I want to make this sort of look aesthetically. I could probably like add additional slabs coming out at certain points, and then like have like chains coming off onto fences, so it looks like the not fences, but iron chains, so it looks like the iron chains are holding it up. Also, I am getting even fatter. Yeah, expanding even bigger. Yeah, I've even over here. I've actually been setting up this fairly extensive farm. I think here, like this plot and the one that goes above it here, I'm gonna be putting what was it, the beets, like beetroots, into this one. There's like carrots here and here. Potatoes will be here and here, and then each one will just have wheat growing in between them to make sure that it's like each one sort of just grows in rows. I actually don't know what it is I want to do for the decorations here. Oh. Oh. What do you want, Trixie? Why are you pissed? Why are you getting my attention? Yes, I am fat. I am very fat. Poppy playtime. Yeah, I've never actually played Poppy Playtime. Hoppus Playus Timus. Why is this reminding me of, like, the biggest dickest joke from fucking Life of Brian? He has a wife, you know. Do you know what she's called? Incontinentia. Incontinentia buttocks. I don't know, girl. I'm tired. Trixie, if you're tired, you should absolutely just go and sleep. No, maybe. Yes. Like, honestly, I am probably going to be ending stream here in a little bit. So it's like, it's totally fine if you end up going to sleep. I'm gonna throw rocks at your belly. Wah. Also... Also what? Oh? You actually got some genuine blueberry gum? Ooh, do tell. I have a little pot of them. Oh, hell yeah. Bet it just activates the berry brain every time you chew it. Chew a piece. Yeah. I had a feeling. I go now. Stay fat, blob-ass. I will. You have yourself a good night, Trixie. Hope you get some good rest. Honk shoe. Yes, get the honk shoe. Oh, last thing. Yeah? Yeah, the belly rub. Thank you for the belly rub, Trixie. Also, I hydrate. Except, oh wait, I already drank the last of my water. And I did it like 20 seconds before you redeemed it. Bye-bye, Trixie. I think what it is I'm probably gonna do is I'm just gonna try to finish up this. finish setting the groundwork for level 2 of the farm area. I realized I have to make burgers, so I'm listening only. Well, I hope you enjoyed making burgers and eating them. Yeah, like burgers are just yum. I actually had some for dinner earlier with some fries. Yes, the burgers are all for me. Wish I could share though. Honestly, you enjoy those burgers. I think here. Yep. And the last one should be here. Perfect. Oh, over a little too much. Oh, zombie. I'll just like carve out these little stone bits. Well, you had burgers for dinner too. It's a burger coated day, it seems. Oh yeah, definitely. Alright, so I'm gonna quickly head back to the house, sleep the night away, grab some spruce slabs, some water, and I shall finish setting up the farm. There we go. Ramona's like, I had two. Yeah, it seems like a lot of us are just having burgers for dinner tonight. Oh, and onion rings. Hell yeah. Alright. So that about gets the layout done. And most of the, yeah, most of everything. So, I think with that, that is actually probably where I'm going to end it. Because it is like, it's actually like 10 o'clock for me at night. And I guess it also looks like nobody else was really on tonight, so it's like, ah. So yeah. Alright, well, I guess there isn't really anybody that I could raid or would feel comfortable with raiding, so this is actually where I am going to leave off with the stream. So, yeah. I hope you all had a lovely time with the stream. Thank you all for coming on out. I actually had a really fun time tonight. It was actually a mostly pretty chill stream with Minecraft. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna be keeping like Minecraft on the docket for like chill games to play. And yeah, hope y'all have a lovely evening or a lovely day wherever it is you are. And I shall bid you adieu. Bye bye.